Our ability to identify what our beliefs are and our ability to reassess and reevaluate and even change our beliefs is so fundamental to the reason why we are here. When we are born and growing up, we adopt a lot of beliefs, a lot of habits, a lot of ways of thinking. And true growth comes from being able to look at the identity that we have become and determine, does this still serve me? Do I still want to continue these habits in these ways? Do I still want to move forward in the direction that I'm moving forward in? And a lot of us look at our outside experience to be a justification or to provide evidence for the beliefs that we have. So there's two ways in which you can look at this. You can look at this from the belief itself creating the reality, or you can look at it from the reality already existing and your experience of the reality is filtered through the beliefs that you have. Both are true. So when you start looking at your beliefs and you start assessing what is the evidence showing me? What is it leading me to? How is it that I'm utilizing what already is to create a narrative or a story for the life that I'm living, the identity that I have? How am I using that? Those are the questions that you want to start asking yourself because there's multiple angles that we can go in and approach this at. And there's no right or wrong way, but the foundation that needs to be invoked when you enter into this questioning state is from the place of truth, of love, of curiosity, of innocence. So when you start to ask these questions, know that who you are as you navigate your questioning of your beliefs and your habits and your patterns is something far beyond the beliefs and the habits and the patterns that you embody. That is key and that is fundamental. And that is why I encourage you all so much to connect in, to move beyond the thought, beyond the emotion, beyond the physical reality that is being presented in front of you and connect with the true nature, the true essence of who you are. Because when you start doing this mindset work, this embodiment work, and you start assessing your beliefs and your true identity, there can be a lot of things that can shake the foundation of what you have built yourself upon and who you believe yourself to be. So there has to be a depth that you are willing to access that is the true identity of who you are, that is beyond labels and beyond everything that you really thought that you knew about yourself. So one way to look at this is when you see and witness reality out in front of you, observe how you interact with reality. I have a really specific example that might help. One time I was sitting across from a coworker and this person walked by and I started to receive information about this person as they were walking by, which is commonplace for me. And I turned and said something to my coworker, oh, so and so something. I don't even remember what I said, but before I even turned and said anything, my coworker said, what, like, what, is there something on my face? What are you looking at? Like, what's going on? They internalized the experience and me shifting my awareness and attention to them as me addressing them and wanting, they thought that what I was going to say was going to be commenting about something about them, when what I was really addressing was the person that just walked by and I was going to say something about that experience. So for them, their belief or their experience of what was occurring was in inner focused. So they thought that what I was going to say or comment on was going to be about them, but truly it had nothing to do with them. So there are so many scenarios that we go through in life where we think that other people talking or comments or laughter passing by might mean that they're talking about us or laughing about us. But truly, that is filtered through your perception and your awareness. And so often, people aren't talking about you or laughing or any of these things about you, right? So as you start to observe these experiences in your life, you can ask, what is it that I'm feeling? What am I thinking when reality presents itself to me? That will give you insight into some of the ways that you're thinking and some of the ways that you approach what is presented in front of you. Now, the other way of looking at this is through beliefs. So addressing the belief first. So in that instance, you could, instead of assessing reality outward or assessing what is and becoming aware of what your perception is on what is, you can first assess what the projector is on the reality or experience itself. And so that would be taking it further and saying, this is what reality is, but my belief is this. And so it's because of this belief that I'm having this experience. And when you look at it from that perspective, you can assess the belief specifically. And you can start to ask yourself, is the belief creating the reality? Or is it creating the perception of the reality? Do you truly know? And does it truly matter? Ultimately, we are a perspective of infinite intelligence being experienced through the human body. So when we go into our identity work and when we go into our changing our minds and changing our how we approach the world and how we view ourselves and ourselves within the world, we can see it from a completely different perspective when we start to have these questions. But truly, all of the questions that arise and all of the answers that arise within those questions are merely directing you back to the truth that has always been true, the identity that you have always been for all of eternity. And that is the true essence of what we are trying to tap into. So whether you go at it from the assessing reality and looking at your perceptions based on that, or assessing the belief first and seeing how it outlays into your reality, it doesn't matter the angle that you come at it from. The essence of all of this exploration, of all of this growth, is to continue to turn inward to the depth of who you are over and over and over again, and continue to go deeper and deeper into your own essence, into your own spirit, into your own soul, and truly get to know yourself. This is something that can be practiced for the rest of your life. You will always get the opportunity to meet yourself exactly where you are over and over and over again. It's the greatest joy, especially when you choose to meet yourself in love. I love you.